More Than Real Estate podcast is all about bringing life and energy to real estate without always talking about real estate. Look forward to interviews with influential members and industry partners. These stories will focus on their personal growth and incorporate lighthearted, inspiring, and sometimes funny segments, highlighting the fact that there's more to realtor life than being a realtor. I'm your host, Chantal Goddard. On today's podcast, we're shaking things up a little bit. I'm joined by Stefano Agostino, a local restaurant owner who is doing a lot more for the community than just serving up pizzas. As a leader for small businesses, his team is raising awareness and advocating for keeping it local. BDAR is in no way affiliated with any political positions. We do, however, love and support our local small businesses. Hello to all of our listeners, and thank you so much for being here with us. At the time that we are recording this, we are about 2 weeks away from the 1-year mark of when we were first announced that we were going to be going into lockdown. We are huge supporters of our local community, and we wanted to do something a little bit different with today's episode. So we are joined by Stefano Agostino, who is the owner of Pizza Restaurant. He has also been an incredible voice for small business owners. So thank you so much for joining us today. Just a few questions to kind of get things rolling here. How long have you been?
Thanks for having me.
No problem. How long have you been a resident of Barrie?
All my life, 34 years.
Awesome. So it's always been home, which is nice.
Yes.
And then, so your restaurant that you own, can you tell me a little bit about it?
So we are a new innovative pizza concept right downtown Barrie. And we like to express that we're a customizable, quick service style pizza shop. So you come in, customize a pizza the way you'd like to, any which way. We've got over 35 different type of toppings, 9 million ways of doing a pizza, and we cook 90 seconds. So you're in and out of the store in 3 to 4 minutes.
That's amazing. I've had the pizza and it is delicious. We had one of our partners ended up bringing a bunch of them into the office one day, and yeah, it was great. So as an entrepreneur going through sort of the shifts in the landscape with the lockdowns, how has it been? How have you adjusted? What have you had to do?
Over the course of the year, we've complied on so many different levels and just have been faced with constant obstacles. First lockdown was a full shutdown. And then we kind of opened up in staggered effects and complied with them in that process. And then second lockdown, they came up with the color coding systems. And now they're seeming to be very flexible with how they want to do the color coding systems as they demonstrated with this current lockdown in Simcoe County.
Yeah. So has it been like adjustments on the staffing side and just even inventory, trying to get clientele through? Like, has it been, what have you guys
exactly? All levels of struggles have come forth. You know, trying to get staff, trying to maintain staff morale, because they're coming and they're going because of these lockdowns. They're it's very difficult for their mental health. But then inventory wise as well, we get an order, they make an announcement Friday afternoon when all these businesses tend to get their orders Friday morning, and we need it for the weekend, but they're not giving us any leeway or guidance of when we might go into lockdown. So when an establishment spends $2,000 for inventory on the weekend, and then they realize, we're stuck, we're on the hook. And that's happened multiple times for many businesses.
With the restaurant industry, just seeing what's out there on social media right now and just hearing everybody's level of frustration with everything. I know it's echoed throughout a whole bunch of other small businesses as well, just trying to figure out how to sort of come together and do that. With running a business and operating a business, like, has this been similar to some of the other struggles that you've gone through whenever you first opened the business, or is this a totally different set of struggles?
I've owned many businesses in my life, and I come from an entrepreneurial family, and this is a battle that none of us have ever experienced in our life once. It's truly something new. And with that being said, when you open up a new business, you always have that safety's nest, and you're always kind of like, safety net, and you always have that kind of protecting you as you develop your business. I opened up just a few weeks before COVID lockdowns happened.
Yeah.
And I had to shut down my second location because of that. My other location, I opened up just as COVID began. And I was faced in two options: either lose both locations or maintain one. And I had to, unfortunately, let go of my dream location that I developed. And with that being said, it's posed so much financial stress and obstacles, because when you open up a new business, it's kind of textbook. You kind of know what to expect for. You kind of know there's going to be some slow periods, and you adjust well for it. When you put 6 months worth of funds in the bank to support your business, and you go with that mindset of, I put 6 months worth of money. If I wasn't to make any money, I'd be okay. But I truly wasn't making any money, and they've made me go on for 8 months, 10 months. And that's where we started really hurting. When you open up, you make a little bit of money. That 6-month safety net is actually extended over a course of a year.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's definitely a huge challenge there for that. So going through that, I know that you've sort of come together with a couple other business owners to be the voice and be the leaders in the community, to sort of step up and say, like, hey, something needs to be done here. How did that all come about?
It honestly, it happened all overnight. When we heard this third lockdown coming on Friday, I took to social media. I vented extremely harsh on social media. I'm sure a lot of people saw it, and I appreciate the support for that. As soon as I did that, business owners were reaching out to me saying, "You're right, enough's enough. We got to stand up." And myself and Emil from North Swing Golf, which is over on Cedar Point and Barrie, we kind of teamed up and said, let's try to see if we can make some noise happen here, and see if we can get business owners to help and start supporting and get the community support, because I feel like we're at a point now where a lot of people truly want the truth and some answers.
No, I hear you with that. And I see the support that you guys are getting, and it's great to see. I know that as realtors, we're the ones that are normally helping out. The commercial realtors especially are the ones that are helping out with the leasing for the spaces. And even the conversations that we're having with some of the commercial realtors, where they're saying that business owners are trying to get sublets in to take over their space and their rent because they just can't afford to be there anymore. So we definitely see it from our side as well, and we feel for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So where are you guys at with what it is that you guys are organizing, and are you making headway, or what seems to be the results from your efforts so far?
So right now we've got a team of over 200 business owners that are participating and sharing input, working together, and trying to work forward to a positive outcome. With that being said, we've reached out to a lot of political leaders on municipal and provincial and federal level. And I like to think we've caused a bit of a shakeup. We saw some serious positive noise come from these leaders, some positive, some negative, but the most part is you're always going to get that with these kind of individuals. But the big part is we're starting to gain a little bit more support from our municipal side of things. The mayor issued a nice statement. The big thing that we would like the mayor to start really helping us is with an action plan. And hopefully we can work together on that. But then the community itself, the outreach to the community has been phenomenal. We have over 20,000 people signing that petition that we issued out. We have over 1,000 people that are going to do a safe, peaceful protest downtown at Meridian Square, which will unveil a lot more details on how we want to continue to develop and push forward for our motion. The big thing that we always want people to understand here is we're not an anti-mask organization. We're not a anti-COVID organization. We're simply business owners that are at our very end of the road, and we need to survive at this point. And like anything, when you're at your very last straw, what are you going to do? You're going to do everything you can possible to survive. And that's what we're at right now.
You guys are fighting for your businesses, your livelihood, you're such a big part of the community. And it's good to hear that you're starting to get the municipal support from the mayor. And um, like I know even driving downtown on Dunlop Street now, you look and you see all these small little shops, and they've done such a good job trying to revitalize it, that it would be such a shame to see all those doors closed and boarded up and lease signs up everywhere. So,
To put it in
um,
perspective, we have just during COVID, 20 establishments empty downtown Barrie. And then we also have gained another 20 new businesses downtown Barrie that have opened up during COVID times that don't qualify for any subsidies or help programs. So they're all doing it on their own, just trying to get business drawn up.
so you touched on the community side of it. So what, as a community member, as somebody out there, what can be done or what can we do to help support small businesses?
We truly just need, it's great if you can get to the businesses, the ones that are open, that are offering their services, obviously support them by buying something. That's the number one thing. The second thing is helping spread the word. Again, we want to open up safely. We want to be able to operate our businesses safely, and we want to be able to demonstrate that. We don't want to be constantly getting chopped down and shut down and having to restart all over again. And we want to establish a good presence for people when they come to our businesses. So if you guys, as the community, could help spread the word that we're all in this together and we want an equal playing field. We want to see 25% capacity across the board at this point with big box stores. We're not trying to have that battle where it's close the big box stores. There's people that work in those stores too. These are people that are trying to support for their family. However, it's all about being equal, and we want to just be equal across the board.
Absolutely. I think you just raised some really key points there with it. So for like local, what does local mean to you and local business and all that?
So local to me means arms linked together in a community that's willing to support each other. And I really, truly believe we have that in Barrie. Barrie's been a strong community for entrepreneurship, small businesses, and independent employment, such as yourselves, real estate agents, and other individuals. So, I feel like local is actually Barrie in a definition.
That's awesome. No, I appreciate all the sentiments there. And I think whenever people are thinking, whenever they're going out, if you're going to go to, say, a larger corporation, maybe think, is there something that you can buy locally? Or if you're about to order online from Amazon or something like that, check and see if there's local business owners or suppliers or somebody that you can go to and help support them and keep the doors open and keep the economy here.
Exactly. The big thing too is making people aware of what a corporation and a franchisee is. Some people, unfortunately, group franchisees in that corporate level, saying, "Well, I'll use some competitors, for example, Pizza or Domino's. Those are big corporate stores. They're getting all the support they need." And the reality is they're not actually. The corporate stores are actually holding them pressure to paying their royalties and et cetera. And, these are guys that have chosen to open up businesses in our community and have supported the community heavily. And, I try to work a lot with the franchisees, trying to get people to aware that, it's okay to go visit a franchise store. You can go to Freshie. You can go to a Pita Pit. You can go to all these other businesses, because the reality is they're local people here that have invested in Barrie.
That's very true, actually. So what's the next steps then? You mentioned that there's the peaceful protest that you're doing, that you guys are still continuing with your efforts. What else can be, I guess, is there anything else that the community can do?
Again, just, if you're comfortable coming out to the peaceful protest, please do. Also just support the businesses. If going back to that whole statement, if you can find it in a local store, versus ordering from Amazon, please do. I know there is some struggles of finding some things, and we do have to resort to some corporations, and that's okay. The big thing is just get out there, support the stores, check your social medias, help spread the word that way, and just constantly spread the word. And if you can help, pressure some of our local municipal and provincial leaders. We're reaching out to a lot of different municipalities, and they're asking us what can they do to pressure their municipal leaders to help support the cause.
Yeah. No, I think it's super important to bring the awareness that local businesses are struggling right now and they do need our help. So thank you very much for sharing everything that you guys are doing. Thank you so much for being a leader and stepping up to the plate and really taking reins with this with the other guys that are involved with it as well. And I know, well, you guys with 200 business owners that are already involved with this, it's great to see.
Hopefully 1,200 with this podcast. The biggest thing is I think the biggest influencers we have in our communities are realtors. You guys are the perfect frontline salespeople for our community. And you guys do a great job with that. And I appreciate all the support, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem at all. Well, best of luck with everything. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing with us. And we look forward to seeing everything that you guys have going on with this.
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. To hear our other episodes, be sure to subscribe, and we would love it if you could leave us a review.